Oh, welcome back. Welcome back. His and her show. I have no idea where Sweet Tea is. Okay, there she's back. All right. His and her show. How you doing, Sweet Tea?
Hey everybody, how are you?
Uh
I'm blessed, manifest,
okay.
going
Okay.
up.
Um Tonight we have a interesting few topics to talk about. But we were talking about this behind the scenes and you was turned up. You was lit. You have very strong feelings about this. We're gonna talk about Dave Chappelle and the controversy between the transgender community, I guess the LGBTQ community, and comedian Dave Chappelle. Have you seen the stand up, The Closer?
I haven't seen it because I'm kind of tired of him having stand up.
You say you're tired of she said that she's tired of Dave Chappelle having stand-ups. I don't even understand what it is. Dave Chappelle is a comedian. He is one of the top comedians in the world, Craig. That's what he does. He tells jokes. So I guess when I watch a stand-up comedian, I do not necessarily take those things to heart. I suppose if I was watching a white comedian talking about black people in a negative way, I would have a problem with that, right? But I don't know if that is the same thing. Um,
How is it not?
how is it not the same thing?
Right.
So, okay, race and gender are different, right? Can we agree on that? Can we agree that race and gender are different? Yes?
No, because women are discriminated in the workplace
Cool.
all the time.
Yeah, so here's what I'm
Do
saying. When we have some more, when some more talks about, the guys, guys ain't shit, guys this, guys that.
it's that's
I'm not,
fact.
yeah, that's
That's
fine.
fact.
But that's fine. But I'm not feeling like, oh my God, let's boycott some more. She always dogging out the brothers. Like, I don't think like that. I'm like, she's a
Are we
comedian.
going
So
there?
that's why I
Are,
said that there's a
are you
difference.
using that really as an example?
What, that's not a good example? What's a good example?
Fuck no, it's
Tell me,
not.
educate me.
It's not.
Give me a better
It's
example.
not. I can't because that example right there sucks.
Okay.
That
What
sucks,
sucks?
Diamond.
What
You
sucks? What?
really gonna use some more talking about men when it comes to gender discrimination and
No, this is
skin discrimination?
I'm strictly coming this from the standpoint of Dave Chappelle is a comedian. He tells jokes,
He
right?
tells satire jokes. Yes,
Yes.
you are absolutely correct. He tells jokes. But when you're constantly telling the same joke about the same people, it gets a little bit ridiculous. It's further than a joke now. It's insecurity in yourself as a man why you keep on want to talk about not gays, but lesbians. You have, but every time I watch the last two comedy shows about Dave Chappelle, he talks and addressed only transgenders. So I'm kind of taking it like, okay, the first time, but you constantly saying it. So I'm thinking that you're kind of insecure about your manhood because maybe you're curious about the transgender population and you don't know how to execute those feelings because you're in the public eye and you don't want to get caught like your homeboy Eddie Murphy. Like, you need to talk to Eddie if you got these feelings because y'all running the same circle. Y'all running the same circle.
All right. You said a lot there. Here's the thing, okay?
Here's what.
It's not that he talks about the same things because it's like it's different. You really had to see the stand up, but it's not that he wasn't saying anything
His
negative.
last stand up before that, he
Yeah,
talked about transgenders.
yeah, right, and that's what caused the controversy. So the closer is a reaction to the quote unquote backlash that he got from Sticks and Stone. So if he didn't get the backlash, this wouldn't have been a subject at all. But this was a subject because of the misinterpretation of the Sticks and Stones. So in the closer, he talks about a transgender girl that he knows, who he met, a comedian, and so he talks about that a friendship that they had, and she killed herself because I guess he does. I guess you don't really know why, but she was defending him on Twitter, and then the LGBTQ community started dragging on Twitter, and next thing you know, she kills herself, right? So it's not that he doesn't like transgender folks or anything like that. I think that there was a very powerful statement that he made, and he said that in the closer that it was easier for Caitlyn Jenner to change her gender. It was easier for that to happen than it was for Cassius Clay to change his name to Muhammad Ali. And he talked about that, which that is a fact. He talked about the fact that Caitlyn Jenner won Woman of the Year the first year as a woman. Okay, so these are some of the jokes, but I don't think that that's like a trans.
So you trying to tell me when he's sitting down smoking his weed and he's writing his skits, it's like, oh, let's talk about the transgenders and the gays again. Like he ain't got nothing else to talk about.
Well, at the source of it.
And why is he talking about Cassius Clay? Why does he even care about Cassius Clay? He's not married to a black woman. He's married to a Filipino woman.
What does that have to do with it? What do you
mean? It has a lot to do. So why are you worried about Cassius Clay changing his name as black man when you're not even carrying the whole role as a black man? You're not even married to the black race. So shut up. Why should we take you seriously?
Are you saying
you did a whole skit?
Is in question?
His whole skit was about black lives and being a black man, but you laid up with a Filipino woman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's a fact. That's a fact. Just
that's like Farrakhan married to a Mexican lady. I'm supposed to take you seriously? Like that whole comedy thing, or it wasn't comedy, that whole sit down with him trying to be all serious about black lives and all that. Come on, man. I can't take you seriously. You eat fucking noodles.
Oh, wow. Just tuning in. His and Her show on the allnewradioonfire.com. We're talking about the Dave Chappelle and the Netflix LGBTQ controversy. So some folks that work at Netflix tried to rush a meeting. They got suspended and different things. They wanted the special taken down. Netflix obviously paid a lot of money to Dave Chappelle. They are not taking the special down, nor should they. I think that we should be able to have these uncomfortable conversations, just like when someone speaks about racism and does it in a creative stand-up. I think that sometimes we need to have some conversation.
But he's not being tasteful with it, Diamond. He's not talking about transgenders in a tasteful way. They have enough that they fight on a daily basis with emotions, physical and mentally, that they go through every day thinking that they're in the wrong body. Or why were they born this way? He's not doing anything to educate the people on what he's saying. He's making fun of them. He's being a fucking bully.
Is that how you take that? You take this as he's being a bully?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so
yes.
you have some friends in that community.
Yes, I am friends with the girls, And the girls told me that number one, David Chappelle looks like one of them suspects, them boys that would come to them for services or hit on them, and that he's fucking insecure. But he does have a right to do what he want to do because we do live in a country where freedom of speech or whatever. But they like, if you don't care so much about a certain certain things or people, then why you keep on calling for us? Why you keep talking about us? We're not talking about you. The only time we talk about Dave Chappelle is when he keep on putting our names in his mouth.
Well,
you can look up in the ceiling all you want.
They try to get a special canceled. That so it was a valid point. He was talking about the baby and what the baby said, and he brought up another valid point, which was the baby shot and killed somebody in Walmart. Nothing happened to the baby. It didn't hurt the baby's rap career, but he said some things that hurt some feelings of some LGBTQ folks, and then now his whole career just had a complete, red
The
light.
baby is a gangster rapper. Okay, he do gangster shit. Okay, what does that community have to do with them not running the proper case? They need to talk to the prosecutors, the DAs, and wherever baby shot somebody at the Walmart. They need to talk to them people. He always trying to make a point, but make a point that you're a black man married to a Filipino woman.
What? I think that's well known. And you can marry obviously who you want and you love who.
Yeah, you can marry obviously who you want, but don't be talking about black this and black that. I'm Brittany black, black.
Oh man. So you think that transgender folks are off limits? You can't speak about them. You can't tell jokes about them. They can't be depicted in a movie. Like it's just a hands-off thing.
It's not a hands-off thing, but what they're saying is why you keep on talking about us. Like you just constantly keep talking about us. It ain't nothing else for you to talk about.
Well, I'm sure there's plenty for him to talk about.
Okay, so why you keep on talking about the transgenders? And then you claim that you made friends with, he made friends with a transgender and then she killed herself?
Right.
Okay, so if you make friends with somebody, why are you constantly making fun of them? I don't get it.
Yeah. And so I think
stay off their dick, Chappelle. Stop riding their dick, literally. Get off of the girl's dick.
So he released a clip where he's talking. He put this on Instagram yesterday. See if I can play a little bit of this.
This was said in the press that I was invited to speak to transgender employees at Netflix, and I refused. That is not true. If they had invited me, I would have accepted it, although I am confused about what we're speaking about.
Exactly.
I said,
exactly.
I heard what you said. My God, how could I not? You said you want a safe working environment at Netflix. Well, it seems like I'm the only one that can't go to the office anymore.
Those are all Republican white people.
I want everyone in this audience to know that even though the media frames it that it's me versus that community, it's not what it is. Do not blame the LGBTQ community for any of this shit. This has nothing to do with them. It's about corporate interests and what I can say and what I cannot say.
Are you done yet?
All right, hold on a second. All right, so he said it's about corporate interests and censorship. About some things are just off limits that you can't talk about. You don't think that that's a real thing? You don't think that there's certain things, certain unspoken things that you're not supposed to say, and if you cross certain lines, then they try to quote unquote cancel you? This is not a real thing? Is he making this up? All right, let's.
Like my close, good transgender girlfriend told me today, they have no problem with him making jokes. Okay, cool or whatever. But they don't understand why the fuck, if you don't like transgenders and you don't care anything about us, why the fuck you keep on riding our dicks then?
Well,
Why?
he said
You
that
ain't got
that's
nothing
not
else
it.
to talk about?
He said that that's not it. Let me just play a little bit more of this.
Then what is it? What is it?
And I need you to know this. Everyone I know.
One of my girls must have turned his ass down or turned his ass out, and he don't know how to adjust to it.
He don't know how to what? Say that again.
One of the girls must have turned his ass out, and he don't know how to adjust with the feelings that he has.
Oh, you are tripping.
Not tripping.
So I don't know what all this nonsense is.
If you don't like something, you're not gonna keep on constantly talking about it.
Well, I mean, I think it would have been over, but they tried to cancel him. They tried to get his special pulled. He has a documentary that he's putting out, and some of the distribution has been pulled. Like, it's a lot. It's
a very powerful community.
And he spoke about that he was jealous of the way that the transgender movement is as far as the success of it, and he says that he wishes that the black community had that type of success with the movement. I think it's more envy than it is hatred. Yeah.
Summer 2020.
Stop saying David Chappelle in black after his name, please.
He's a black man. Okay, so if he divorced the lady he married to now, and
just like he had that skit on his show, take the when he was taking people from their black cards away, he needs his taken away because he's not even married to a black woman. Take his card away.
Yeah, you hardcore. So he's getting back.
Or maybe because he's trying to make up for something that a black woman think would be lacking.
I don't think it's anything like that. I don't think it's anything like that. I think
of course you wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't.
I think that a comedian has what we call license. You have creative license. You can talk about what you want to talk about. I could talk about.
Like I said, Donna, you're not registering. They said my girlfriend said that she don't care what David Chappelle is saying, but she just don't understand why he keeps making jokes about them. It seems like he's insecure in his manhood, that he has some feelings about a transgender. Hold up. Maybe he was dealing with that transgender on Twitter. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, you keep talking about them. You say you don't care for them, you don't like them or whatever. Why you don't like them? What did one of them do to you? You keep putting them in, it's not funny.
He didn't say he didn't like them, but...
Yes, he did.
He didn't say
his last thing, he said that he don't like transgenders.
I don't know about that. I have to listen to that again. I mean...
Not the one he just did. The one comedy thing, the one comedy show he had before this one.
That's Sticks and Stones is the one, but I think that maybe
he made a whole. He talked about it for like 20-30 minutes about transgender. I'm like, what the fuck they got going on down there? He keep on talking about these guys.
Yeah, maybe if a member, he meets with some members of that community. And they meet with him, and maybe.
And let me tell you how uncomfortable he is. You're so uncomfortable that if they have a meeting with these transgenders, it's certain questions that you're not going to answer, or certain questions that you don't want to ask. Why? Why? You sit on stage and talk about us?
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to be censored. You don't want to be censored while you're on stage. So why, when we had this meeting, all of a sudden it's censorship? Why?
Yeah, well, that's not right. But I think he's probably coming at it from the standpoint of when folks have gotten into a run afoul, quote unquote, to that community, they have always, bowed down, apologized, capitulated, took a step back, retracted what they said, something like that. And I think he's trying to save face and say, I'm not going to do that. It's got to be where I say the meet is going to be. It's going to be on my terms. And
How was that?
I think that's what he's saying. I think that's where he's coming from.
Because I know the girls is going to ask him, what's the problem? Do you have some deep feelings that you don't know how to?
I don't think
You don't know how to adjust
That's a
in your
question
life that making you feel.
That's a normal question. They should be able
Yeah,
to ask.
but he don't want. I bet he gonna write that down. Do not ask me if I had insecurities about transgender because I want to fuck one.
He ain't gonna have that. No. I think that he's secure in who he is. I think that these are.
I'm sure Eddie Murphy was too.
What does Eddie Murphy got to do with this?
Because they run in the same circle.
That's a Hollywood.
Eddie Murphy was cool with a transgender. Am I lying?
No.
Eddie's wife looks like a trans. His ex-wife, she could pass for a transgender.
Which one?
Nicole.
Oh no, Nicole.
Okay.
Oh.
And this is what I have to say. And you make them sign these disclosures when you get a divorce and all that other stuff because you don't want people to know that why Johnny Gill was living in the back of your house and why you was caught with a transgender in your cup.
Yeah, well, I don't know the answers to those questions, but
because they like boys.
Obviously, NDAs because there's some information that you don't want brought out, so you have them sign the non-disclosure. That's why you have those kind of gag orders. So yeah, there may be some. Eddie Murphy is Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy, rolling in Hollywood. Okay, but that is not this. And Eddie Murphy has some controversies where he was talking about about gay folks in some of his stand-ups. But I mean,
right, and guess what? He got caught in a car with a transgender.
Yeah, that happened. Just tuned in his and her show. Of course, I am the him. And
I am the her, and I'm always right because I am female.
I would love. We need to get a member of this community on the show one day, and and get some of that perspective. I know that you have, talked to some members of the LGBTQ, community, and you definitely have some of their thoughts and talking points. But I don't. And when Dave Chappelle was talking about the talking points or the different things that people say that are in that community, what they say about him, and he says that those things are not true. But I understand that that community faces discrimination. I understand that they face a lot of real homophobia, transphobia, but every time that someone voices an opinion is not a homophobic moment. Like you can have moments. There are moments when there are legitimate attacks on that community, but just the same reason why we are mad at Jussie Smollett, right, for faking a racial attack. We're mad because there are people that actually get really attacked, and for him faking it is maddening, right? And so there are times when somebody just disagrees with something that a transgender folk will do, but that's not saying that they are transphobic like a transgender person will do. Like just because I disagree, like I can't call you out, you've called me out on stuff, right? But that doesn't mean that you hate me. That just means that you're saying, like, you look, what's up with this? You know what I mean? Why can't a heterosexual person say to a transgender person, yo, that's fucked up. Some shit you did. Why can't they say that without it being a
They
whole thing?
can.
No, they cannot. No,
They can.
no, they can't.
What
Because
the baby was saying, he was like AIDS and all that shit. That shit that he
Baby
said
did
was
too much.
unprofessional.
I
When
ain't
you talking
Baby.
about David Chappelle, you keep on mentioning us. That's like me. And people that don't, if I know that people don't like me and I don't care about the people that don't like me, I'm not gonna keep on constantly talking about these people because I don't give a fuck about them.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so I guess that's the challenge. So he's doing the stand up. I guess he's doing another stand up. So he did a stand up in Nashville. He's going to go on the road, and he is being dropped from some film festivals because he's trying to get this movie made. So when you're trying to get a movie made, one of the roads that you take is to take it to film festivals and get people to, or get movie houses to see it at the film festival and then buy it at the film festival. So he has a movie that he's trying to put out, but the film festivals, they don't want to touch it. They don't even want it screened at their film festival because they don't want this controversy and this backlash to touch their events. And so, I think that Dave Chappelle and I don't know who would be the representative of the LGBTQ, community. I don't know who's the person, it's not like it's one.
You don't know who the president?
Yeah, I don't know who's the president. Is Caitlyn Jenner the president? I know, who's the president?
No, definitely not Kate.
Who does Dave Chappelle sit down with? Where's y'all
Joe? Maybe T. Madison or somebody.
Who's y'all representative, right?
Maybe he needs to sit down with T. Madison.
That I would pay to see. That would be entertaining. That would be entertaining. But yeah, so we got to figure this out because at the end of the day, this is entertainment. And if there are certain, all right, how can I say this? All right. If you want to be, and this is why I really want to have a transgender person on here, because I want to ask them some of these things. So if you want to say it is however they feel, whatever emotions that they have, and I'm sure that these are, difficult things to go through, right? But at the end of the day, everybody wants to just be able to be themselves and live their life and be, as normal as you can be, right? That means nobody's above criticism. That means if you do something wrong, if you want to be normal and regular, that means that people can call you out if you are wrong, right? And in order for this evolution to happen, meaning that people can be whoever they are and everybody is fine, that means until heterosexual people can call out a transgender or a gay person without it becoming a whole big homophobic, transphobic thing, it's not going to be, it's not fair, right? Because
I have one question.
What?
You ready?
Sure.
Tell me, what has the transgenders done wrong?
No, everybody does something wrong. Everybody does
something wrong. But where is it in the news or anything that they doing something wrong?
Well, I'm sure. Let's see, because every time that someone commits a crime, their identity is not revealed. So there's plenty of times where they do stuff. You know what I mean? There's plenty of times. So now you're gonna try. So now you're gonna try to say transgender people don't commit crime?
They do, but what I'm saying is, you made this big speech, right?
Yeah.
You made this big speech.
And I had it written.
But they have not even done anything wrong. They have not done anything in the public eye or made any big rah-rah in the public eye of doing anything wrong. The reason why they act like victims because you people, I'm not even going to say you, people are constantly victimizing them. And they're not doing anything. No, they're just living their best life.
Yes, but everybody, every time, see, because it happens so often, because they're demonized, and I legit will admit they are demonized a lot. But because they're demonized, they think that every time you open your mouth, unless you add gay pride, then you
That's not true.
No, and that's not
That's
true.
not true. That's not true.
Yeah.
These people in society like Dave Chappelle always coming for them. And they just want to know why you keep coming for us when we ain't called for you.
Oh, that's funny. That's one of the talking points. That's some shit that they say too. There's something about sending or something. You know what I mean? All right. Like, I didn't send for you syrup. I mean, honey or whatever. I don't know, some shit.
Yes, I didn't send for you.
All right.
You calling, I sent for you.
All right.
Keep coming unannounced and shit at our doorstep.
do this. You need to well, wait, we need to find one. I think I know somebody, but he gonna be too off the hook. I don't know. I'm gonna think about it. We need to bring somebody on and have some of these conversations, and then because I need to understand why. Like, I got white homeboys. Look, I got white homeboys, and if they do some fucked up stuff, I can say, "Yo, my man, this, and this," and he like, "Oh, yo, you know what I mean?" It's just, it don't turn to nothing other than somebody just making a point. Now, if you recognize something, so if they talk about the fact, okay, so like with some Jewish people, I know some Jewish people, and if you say certain stuff, it's going to be automatically turned to an anti-Semitic thing. And don't be anti-Semitic. I didn't like what happened to Israel. Oh, he's anti-Semitic. What do you mean? I just said I didn't like something. But you can say you don't like something in Africa. You can say you don't like something in England. You can say the Canadians did some fucked up shit, and there's no problem. But you say something about Israel, it turned to anti-Semitic way too quick, and it don't even be. It's just criticism. And they're going to say, oh, because we've been persecuted. And that's true. But every criticism, every critique of a Jewish person ain't anti-Semitic. Every critique of a gay person or transgender person is not homophobic or transphobic. That's what Dave Chappelle is trying to say.
And we understand that, and the community understand that. They just want to know why you keep on talking about us and we don't keep talking about you.
So you saying he need to keep it moving?
Yes.
Well, he did say this is the
and
last time he was
they
talking
said that he must have some feelings for us that he doesn't know how to handle.
No, he loved his wife. I think that, but
he loved his wife. He kept on cheating on her all the time.
I don't think it was all the time. I think there maybe
on video, and they kept sending the videos to his house.
I think there's been some documented instances where that may have happened, but that's not what we talk about. That's not what we talk about.
Okay.
I think do you?
And a lot of straight men love their wives, but they still be giving my girls the pipe and getting the pipe sucked on. So no.
What are you saying?
It doesn't matter if he loves his wife or not. He's curious about them girls underneath that dress. He wants to know what's underneath that dress that they be holding and how they tuck it.
I don't think that's the case. And let me tell you why.
He wants to untuck the tuck. If he ain't done it already.
If that was the case, then why would he be talking about it? Why he would?
That's what people do when they don't know how to contain their emotions and how to handle their emotions. They talk about it in an insecure, frightened kind of way to make it seem like they don't like it when they really do. I work in prison. I hear about it all the time, how they don't do that, but then I hear how they doing that. Okay?
Yeah. Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So his and her show.
David Chappelle wants that tail.
We are having this debate, and I love when we had these kind of conversations. I definitely like having conversations on controversial topics. This is a topic that we need to talk about this kind of stuff more. He's not going to be the last. He's not the first. He's not going to be the last person to find themselves in a controversy because he touched on a subject that is, supposed to be off limits. He's not the last person that's going to get canceled. I think he's fighting it pretty good though. He's fighting the cancel the cancel culture. I think he's fighting that pretty good. So let's do this. Let's take a quick break and what does that say? Dave Chappelle. What? Dave Chappelle ain't that tail?
No, hold on.
Oh, what that? Dave Chappelle want that tail. I'm sure that he can get, the tail that he wants. He says he likes his wife. Hello. Let's take a quick break and let's come back. And we are back. You're shooting Diamond King. Miss Sweet Tea. I said quick. When I said quick break, I meant a quick break.
I just like this. I saw moving.
You thought you were gonna get up?
You was
No, these ain't games. This is serious. This is serious. So let me. I try to see what Cool Rod is saying. What does it say? He says Dave Chappelle can't change no laws. Okay, what you mean? I don't know. DJ Cool Rod, what you mean by that? What do you mean that Dave Chappelle can't change no laws? Which he can't, but I don't know. I hope he lets me know what he means by that. Yeah, so if you leave a comment while we're on air and I see it, I will read it. Okay, so T, do you know who Brittany Renner is?
Who?
Brittany Renner. Okay, so she is she's pretty attractive. And what she has done, let me see if I can bring up a picture of her. So she's made some statements, and I have a problem with the statements that she's made. Okay. And this gets to what I call the double standard. Okay. So she, this is her right here. Okay. And as you can see, she's a nice looking girl. She's got
Is she a video vixen?
She's an Instagram model. Okay. And what she has done is she has made it a point to date. She's been connected to a lot of different folks. James Harden, Drake, Uzi Vert, Bill Simmons, Trey Songz, Chris Brown, Colin Kaepernick. So she's got around, right? She's had a healthy got
some mileage on her.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. She definitely has some mileage on her. So anyway, so she's recently broken up with with her latest victim. And
who's her latest victim?
She was PJ Washington, plays for the Charlotte Hornets, right? Okay. So he was 18. She was 27 when they got together. Okay. He was still going to the University of Kentucky at that time. So the relationship lasted
8 years older than him?
Yeah, relationship lasted through his college run. And right up until him having they had a baby. And the wheels kind of fell off in the relationship after they had the baby, right? So they had the baby, and she made serious accusations against him. He made serious accusations against her. The whole thing was ugly, right? So what's happened is that she has been scoping out and preying on younger men. Okay.
How old is she now? Is she 27 now, Diamond?
No, she ain't 27 now. No, she's not. Okay.
How old is she now?
Now she okay, so the thing about it is given her history, right? Given her track record, she's a girl in the 20s. You could date who you want. Everybody got bodies and all that, right? So I'm not coming down on her. I'm not coming down on her at all. But last weekend, she was at Jackson State. For some reason, Deion Sanders invited her to come talk to his team, right? And so she posted something on social media. And that's what I'm talking about is the double standard. Okay, so let me show you what she posted. Okay. Now, so on social media, she posted this. So she says, "Hey, Jackson State, hide your sons." Jackson State, hide your sons. Okay. And so she posted this picture of her. So she's at the school, right? And so that I got a problem with that. All right. I got a problem with that. What is R. Kelly in jail for right now? Right? What we talking about him preying on young girls? If some, let me think of some 30-something. If Anthony Hamilton posts a picture as Spelman and say mothers hide your daughters, Anthony Hamilton gonna get canceled. The Me Too movement is gonna come for Anthony Hamilton. I pick Anthony Hamilton. He's in his 30s, right? Okay, she's in her 30s, and so this is a double standard. So people been having now. Usually the ladies are agreeing with her. I mean, so what? So and when she was challenged on this, she's saying, that they are consenting adults and they're in college, which means that they over 18, and okay. But once again, R. Kelly's in jail for what? Preying on younger girls. Okay, Aaliyah aside, they in that gray zone, right? If Anthony Hamilton did this, if you name the guy, it doesn't matter. Anybody did this.
Hide your daughters.
Hide your daughters. That's just, I'm on the prowl. Like anybody can get it. You know what I'm saying? Is it me or am I crazy?
It's just the caption. The caption is I mean, it's a double standard.
Yeah, but I'm glad you admitted that.
We live in a double standard world because, men can have sexual intercourse with so many females and he's the man, but if a woman does it, she's a hoe. She has mileage.
No, everybody has mileage, but it's that the mileage.
Everybody don't have mileage.
Everybody does have mileage. It's just mileage is looked at differently on women and men. Is that your issue?
No. Men have bodies. Men have bodies. Yeah, but the men. How many bodies a man has? Like, yo, he was a man back then. You know what I mean? Right. But if a woman be like, yeah, I got about 2 bodies, you be like, and what her?
That's true. They would say that. More than likely, they would say that. Now, whether that's right or whether that's wrong is something that we need to talk about. But my thing is that having these kind of discussions is good. And yeah,
there's always
it should not be a double standard.
It's always going to be a double standard, whether we like it or not. Right. Whether we like it or not.
That's society. Why do you think it's like that, though?
Because it's just what society has built, and we just build up from what society's the foundation that they built from a long time ago.
Right. So let's go back. Let's go back to way before we were born. Way before our parents were born.
Back when our grandmothers that was tacky. You couldn't do that.
Let's go back even further than that. Let's go back to the time when it was the kings and queens, right? So the king is looking for a bride, right? And they say, oh, this one, this virgin, that one, this one. And you're like, no. I'm going to the brothel and I'm getting one of these one of these working girls that's been all around the kingdom, and I'm gonna make her the queen.
That's a lie.
No, I said, what if they did that? Right? People be looking at that
Right.
crazy. They would say you can't turn this brothel girl into the queen, right? Yeah, there's a certain way that you have to conduct yourself. There's certain standards that you're going to be expected to be held to, and I don't think.
But society has made it MILFing is cool. Being a MILF is cool, and society made it like that.
Yeah, there is a certain sex appeal to a MILF. That's true, and
Right.
but let's understand this. What's the male version of a MILF?
A sugar daddy.
Okay. Is that
And a
cool?
sugar daddy
Is that
has to
cool?
have, for some people, yeah, it's cool, but a MILF don't have to have money.
Right, because it's still the guy is still expected to do a lot of these things. So
Exactly.
y'all get everything working in y'all favor. This one little thing, y'all can't have all these bodies. Y'all like everything is all unfair. No, this is the only time. This is the only thing we got. Court system ain't set up in our favor. Child support ain't set up in our favor. Alimony ain't set up in our favor. The guy's supposed to hold the door. The guy's supposed to pay the bill. The guy's supposed to do all these things. The guy's supposed to have a car. The guy can't live with his mother. The guy, all this kind of stuff. Only thing y'all can't do is if you have a lot of bodies, they're gonna look at you a certain way. And y'all can't give us this one thing.
And plus, you say R. Kelly. Supposedly, R. Kelly had these mothers and fathers sold their kids to him, their daughters. When they sold their daughters to him, they sold them at underage. He's at a college campus where all the kids are supposed to be of age. But there's 18-year-olds there, but they're still legally adults.
Yeah,
So
you sound like her lawyer right now. My goodness.
She's right.
This is the same foolishness that she was saying, right? So she's
right. There's alcohol there.
She's a pretty girl, and she's gonna be able to get pretty much who she wants.
How old is she now, though, Diamond? She need to stop.
Wait, so you on my side or you on her side? Which one is it?
I'm straddling the fence because she does seem like she's a fucking predator.
Okay. She talking about that. Listen, if she's still on the college tour when Seven get in college, I think you're gonna be feeling different about it.
She's looking for her upcoming NFL contract.
Yeah, so she is 29. She's 29.
She's 29. She done had plenty of infamous bodies up in her.
Yes. Yeah, as she should. Do you, right? The run, it's going to be a short run because all of these girls.
But my thing is, Diamond, obviously your run is not really working for you because here you are 30. You done had all these famous bodies up in you.
Nobody wiped.
And you still searching. So you need to find something else because this is not working for you.
Wow.
You have nothing to stand on it.
Hollywood is littered with ladies that try to.
You see the future?
Well, I can see the future for her if she's going down this way. I mean, Superhead's been here before. There's been plenty of others.
Like if I was an Insta model or one of these girls that change, I'm catching. I'm not catching body. I'm catching semen. Like I'm having a baby.
Well, she did that already. She did that. Yeah, she did that.
But obviously the child support is not paying out enough because she's constantly seeking.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just feel as though
you gotta catch that right one. If
a guy posted that, it would be all types of backlash. It would be all types.
Oh hell no! They be like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with him? He's a pedophile, pervert. You can no, a dude cannot post hide your daughters.
Just tuning in to her show. We are here.
It's definitely a double standard with that. You can't post hide your daughters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because as soon as people think about daughters, they think of little girls.
Right. Okay. So Floyd Mayweather posted a video the other day in support of Kyrie Irving, who is not trying to get vaccinated, and the NBA not trying to let him play because of his vaccination status, right? So there's that. So, but there also was this video. This guy is trying to get Floyd Mayweather to take a picture with him at a fight. And Floyd Mayweather does not take the picture, and so he's in his feelings about this. Let's
the man.
Let's look at this clip real quick. Let me see. Hang on here.
Yeah, bro, Floyd's a homophobe. You guys saw that first, bro. Floyd doesn't want to take a photo of me because my nails are painted. Yeah, bro, Floyd's a homophobe.
All right, so what happened there is that he's at the fight. He comes up he tries to get him to take a picture. He was going to take the picture, but the guy's fingernails are painted. And Floyd said, I'm not taking a picture with a guy whose fingernails is painted. And he kept walking. And so the guy
I can't. What is going on?
He said, you're not gonna have no picture of me on Instagram. That's his choice. If he don't want to take the picture, that doesn't make him. But the thing is that doesn't make him a homophobe. That just means he don't want to take the picture.
Why did they say I want to take the picture? Why did he have to depict something to say a reason why he didn't want to take the picture?
Yeah, I mean,
if his fingernails wasn't painted, Floyd was going to find something else to say why he wasn't going to take that picture.
I personally think he would have been like, no pictures, man. Or he probably would have kept moving. But I think he was going to take the picture. Because a lot of times I've seen him take pictures. And he was.
So you really think the fingernails did it for him?
The fingernails did it for him. the fingernails did it for him. But yeah, so he was highly upset.
But most men I'm seeing in the younger generations that they're painting their fingernails like black or dark color doesn't mean that they're.
Yeah, and that's a good point, and that is true. I have seen that as well, and that's why I don't think that it happens to be that guy was gay, but I don't think that was the identifier for him saying. He didn't say, "Oh, I don't take pictures with gay people." He's just said the fingernails. He didn't want to take the picture because can you imagine the memes that would have came out when that picture came out? He didn't want people to have that kind of ammunition. A lot of people don't like Floyd Mayweather. He didn't want to give them something for free like that. So he's like, "Look, you gonna get me? You gonna have to give me better than that."
So quick thing, Diamond. So my brother is on a European tour, vacation by himself. So he was in Budapest, right? So he said he went to the club and all these people started flocking him. They thought he was Floyd Mayweather.
That's
funny. He was like, Floyd, we wouldn't even know that you were being hungry. And he was like, he like in the Starbucks, like drinking his coffee, and people are like coming up to him, wanting to take pictures. And then finally he found out it's because they think he's Floyd Mayweather.
That is freaking hilarious.
You know, my brother, he built, he got this bald head, he got his little jewelry on because he out of the country enjoying himself. Yes. And he's like, he's the only black man that be around.
That's funny.
So is there anything else that you want to talk
Yeah,
about? That's happening?
there's one more thing I want to talk about, and that is this, homicide that happened on this movie set. And with
That's sad.
Alec Baldwin has a gun. They're setting up, they're blocking the shot, and he ends up getting the weapon. The AD gave him the weapon. The assistant director gave him the weapon. They said this is a cold weapon, and it turned out to not be a cold weapon. It turned out to be a hot weapon. A cold weapon meaning, when they use that phrase, it means that this weapon has blanks in it. But it turns out that there was a live round in the gun. He fires the gun. It goes through the camera person and hits someone else. Just such
As
a
soon as I heard of it, I thought about The Crow.
yes, yes, yeah, and that was so. A lot of people don't understand why they use actual weapons on the movie set, and the reason is the authenticity. When you use the plastic gun, it doesn't have the same. So you can CGI it, and you can do that too. But if you're doing one of those things where you need to cock the gun, and they use actual guns and they just change what they put in the gun. But they do target practice and use this gun, use an actual gun, and this had an actual bullet in there. So I guess my question is, do you think that we just need to have it so they don't use actual guns on set?
I didn't even know, Diamond. I knew that they used actual guns, but I thought they used blanks. I
Yeah,
didn't know there was live ammo on the set.
yeah, it should not be. I think that should just be the thing. Yes,
That's fucking crazy.
yeah, we're doing a make
And
believe.
to think that what happened to Brandon Lee,
Yeah,
that everybody be like, no, we not gonna have that ever happen again.
yeah, 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 yeah. But here we are again, and somebody's dead, and I think that there are gonna be some changes after this one, though. They're definitely.
I just feel sorry for the person who made this fucking mistake because they're gonna find out who did that.
Well, my thing is that who made the mistake? Because there was so many mistakes made. So yes, there was an armor, the person who's supposed to check the weapons. This was only her second movie that she worked on doing this job. She should have never even got the job doing this, right? So she gives it to the next person, and that person gives it to Alec Baldwin. Okay, I've been on movie sets before. If you are given a gun, even if they say the gun is cold, you're still supposed to open it up and look at it. Had he opened up the barrel and looked at the gun, he would have seen that there was a bullet in there. This is like a Western kind of movie, right? So you got to have gun. This is one of those 6-shooter revolver type of, the old school gun. It's not one of those, current weapons. This is an old kind of Western type of movie. He should have looked at it, right? There's a lot of fault to go around, but some people are going to say he took the decision, took their word for it. But you can't take somebody's. You gotta, because he did pull the trigger, right? They're going to be.
He ain't going to jail.
No, he ain't going to jail. But I'm just saying, this is going to be some kind of civil thing, I think, because this
They going to sue them.
unintentional.
Yeah.
Nobody want to see this movie. Ain't nobody gonna want to see this movie.
Well, I thought Alec Baldwin was retired.
Well,
This gonna retire his ass though.
he's one of the producers of the movie too. So I mean, he's got fault any way you look at it.
That shit is crazy. That shit is fucked up.
Yeah.
But again, I was just, when I heard, I'm like, why is there live ammo on a video, a movie? Like, I was like,
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. It is really sad, and this lady lost her life.
Going to work.
As a camera person. Yeah, it's definitely a sad situation.
Diamond, why? Why did you have to put that part in there?
What? What?
See, that's why people think that we insensitive.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. Yeah.
Because I said this woman lost her life going to work. You gonna say as a camera person?
Right. It's just like it's not like that shouldn't be a dangerous job. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, somebody working on a scaffold on a construction site, building a skyscraper. That's a dangerous job, right? But a camera person, this ain't supposed to be a dangerous job. You know what I mean?
They don't even sweat.
Right. Well, it'd be hot though, but yeah, I don't know. I just
Damn.
yeah, I definitely.
You know he can't sleep at night. He gonna be on Xanax.
Yeah. So definitely thank you. This was a very spirited discussion. I enjoyed this a lot. We'll be back next week. Next Tuesday.
Let me shout out my girl, her business, because she's always promoting our show.
Oh, yeah,
her name is Dominique. Her name is Dominique. Hey, Dominique. Her Instagram is Hair by Ula Unique. And she has another business where she sells hair, sex toys. It's called All Things Beauty and Business on Instagram. Just put at All Things Beauty and Business and go support this Black queen.
Okay. All right, All Things Beauty and Business. All right, follow her now. All right, so we'll be back next week. You want to shout out your social media, or you chilling?
Jamaican, I don't know. Jamaican Goldilocks on Instagram.
There it is.
Something on Facebook.
Right. Okay. Good enough.
If you really, you can find me if you really want to look for me.
Yeah. Well, there it is. And of course, they can find you right here next week. You missed any episodes, just go to radioonfire.com and click the His or Her show, and then you can see that.
And dude, stay out my DM.
Why you want them to dudes be in your DMs that bad?
Huh?
They're trying to. It's tattoo artists. They just trying to do a tattoo for you.
God, he's thirsty.
What they be saying?
Just all kinds of just dumb shit.
Well, that's how it is sometimes.
Huh?
I said that's how it is sometimes.
God.
That's how it be.
Sometimes it's just annoying.
It is. But just block them.
I do, but still, it's like the things that they say. It's like
You thought that was going to get you to the next.
And when you post, you can post that you were holding a man's hand, and they still be in your DMs like, "What's up?"
yeah, that's definitely not.
You are so beautiful.
Just because.
Do you know that I'm crazy though? That's my thing.
They don't know that. They don't know that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I see that you're not with your husband no more. You know,
Yeah.
if you need somebody to talk to, you know.
then you can do that. Yeah, so stay out your inbox unless they got something positive to say.
All right, same time. You're gonna be late on next Tuesday.
I have been late before, and I can't say
your whole life that we've been recording. We've been recording for 11 years, and you've been late every time.
Every time?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right, well, I'm going to do better. I'm going to try next week. Be on time.
All right. Good night, everybody. Good night, Facebook. Good night, Instagram. Good night, all the people on the live stream. Good night, Baltimore. I love everybody.
Okay. See you next week.
Good night, Diamond.